Hey guys, it's Dark Architect 18 back here with another YouTube video, and today we're going to be doing the Minotaur. So before we do that, just want to say I do review videos, Dev Strike videos, update videos, and much more. So before I start, make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to hit that notification bell so that you're informed when my other videos come out and when they do, to learn much more. Also, one other thing I want to note is we're going to be doing a little bit more strategy kind of keying on this video to kind of break down the strategy and how that effectively works for the Minotaur, because this video was really important how I actually effectively did that compared to the previous video that I'm putting up. But anyways, so we got Bruce Fraser up on the screen. We got Beyond Range. We got Before It's Too Late, Velocious, Steer Clear, and Refill Station with inspirations of Isoroku Yamamoto and Nikolai Kuznetsov. So we have a double range with an agility and an AP enhancing kind of build here. So keep that in mind. It's very important that we emphasize the advantages of this ship, and the ship needs more speed. It has pretty decent range, but it really needs more penetration as well. So we got aiming systems mod 1 first, steering gears, then we have steering gears mod 3, and then main battery mod 3. So keep that in mind. Also, there's a radar with the 9.9 kilometer range, so you can either use that or you can use the smoke. Either or is a good choice. I typically run radar because I've always been pushed out of smoke with torps being thrown at me essentially in smoke, so I run radar. But you can do either or, essentially whichever you prefer. So we got the stats for the Minotaur. So we got a 57 survivability with a 43,300 HP, 6 to 127 millimeters of armor. We have 21% torpedo damage reduction, 38 artillery rating, 5x 252 millimeter artillery with 17.7 kilometer firing range, 2.7 second reload time, 5.4 second 180 degree turn time. Torpedoes, we got 4x4 with 533 millimeter, 96 second reload time, 6 second 180 degree turn time, 16,767 maximum damage, 1.3 kilometer torpedo detectability, 10 kilometer 10 kilometer torpedo range, 62 knot torp speed, a defense rating 100. We got 10x2 20 millimeter, 61 average damage per second, 2 kilometer firing range, 8x2 76.2 millimeter, 315 average damage per second, 5 kilometer firing range, 5x2 152 millimeter, 118 average damage per second, 6 kilometer firing range. Then for the maneuverability, we have a 79 rating with a 35.7 knot max speed, 660 meter turning circle radius, 4.6 second rudder shift time. So pretty good rudder. It's not amazing, but it's definitely above average. Concealment, we got a 60 rating with 11.6 kilometer detectability range by sea, 17.7 kilometers detectability after firing a main gun, 13.6 kilometers detectability when ship is on fire, 7.3 kilometers detectability range by air, 10.3 kilometers detectability after firing a main gun, 10.3 kilometers detectability when ship is on fire, 2 kilometers guaranteed detectability range, and a 5.8 kilometer detectability while firing in smoke. So very good detectability. It's 11.4. It's definitely above average for sure. And we're going to show the armor really quick where the citadel is for this Minotaur. So it's right around the waterline. It starts from the beginning of the first turret to the back of the furthest turret, or the most furthest turret on the ship. It's about waterline, a little bit higher. So keep that in mind. It's a floating citadel, so watch how you angle it. You got to really angle this thing like kind of narrowly almost because of how its citadel is and how low it is to the water. So really keep that in mind. We're going to break down the strategy and in this gameplay, and we'll be starting the gameplay relatively short. Okay, so we got a battle on the Atlantic. Capture the base Minotaur, and I am in a game with the City Max. He's in the Brandenburg. So we're gonna have a really good game, and we're gonna break down the strategy of the game as well with this. So keep in mind what we got here. So I'm gonna break down the compare the Edinburgh to the HMS Minotaur. But before we actually do that, I'm just going to state that Minotaur is really agile. It's got okay speed. It's got awesome firing guns. They're only 152 millimeter, decent firing range, really good turret traverse and reload time, as you're going to see. And we're just going to compare it now from the Minotaur to the Edinburgh. So the Edinburgh, it's got 43 survivability rating, 31,800 HP, 6 to 114 millimeters of armor. Just keep in mind that this isn't the fully upgraded Edinburgh that I currently have. It needs a couple more upgrades to it, so the health is going to be a bit higher, and the artillery is going to be higher, and all that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind. Anyways, we got a 35 rating of the artillery. We got a 4x3 152 millimeter for the Edinburgh. We got 16.5 kilometer firing range, 7.1 second reload. So we got a about 5-second reload longer on the Edinburgh compared to the Minotaur. And then for the range, it's about 0.6 kilometers. Or no, 1.2 kilometers less on the Edinburgh currently that I have compared to the Minotaur. But with the upgrade, it's probably going to be about more or less the same because it's the same build that I'm using. Bruce Fraser with the Izuroku Yamamoto and Nikolai Kuznetsov, so keep that in mind. The Torps, we got 18 rating for the Edinburgh. 2x3, 533 millimeter, 72 second reload, 6 second 180 degree turn time, 15,867 max torp damage, with 8 kilometer range, 61 knot speed. So it's got about what has it got? Like 2 kilometers less worth of torp range, and it's got 1 knot slower torps compared to the Minotaur. The AA defense is 61, so much. It's got a worse AA rating compared to the Minotaur by 39. So it's kind of lacking on that. We got 8x1 20 millimeter, 26 average damage per second, 2 kilometer firing range, 5x2 20 millimeter, 38 average damage per second, 2 kilometer firing range, and a 3x8 40 millimeters, 74 average damage per second, 2.5 kilometer firing range. Maneuverability is 73, so we got a 35.6 knot max speed for the Edinburgh, 680 meter turning circle radius, and a 9.2 second rudder shift time. And the concealment is a little bit better. Just 10.3 detectability by sea and 9.5 or 5.2 while firing in smoke, and 6.5 kilometer detectability range by air. So right now, currently, I want to just show you is that I'm bobbing and weaving left to right against these two Yamatos right there and the Roma. So I'm shooting torps at the Yamato out in front. He is hitting me quite hard. I'm trying to like push up and shoot these torps so that I can get something on him. And I think I'm going to get something on him right here. One of those torp hits. So I'm going to keep shooting the superstructure as long as I can. And I'm going to shoot some torps out after this Yamato. And then I'm going to try to turn right back in right here, which I do. I still get hit about 10k, 8k damage quite considerably. We're up to 59,000 damage. are still hitting this Yamato pretty hard at the top. I'm going to shoot torps towards this other Yamato because he's coming around the corner. I'm going to speed up. I'm going to turn in because he will blap me. And this game, essentially the name says it, you know, Minotaur rushes 2 Yamatos, which I'm rushing 2 Yamatos with the help of City Max, which he's in a Brandenburg, and we're taking them out, and we're going to win this game. But you're going to see how it's going to happen. It's definitely not expected, but the way we do it. But I'm just getting torn to shreds like right now. It's like, I got to slow down right here because Yamato's coming right around. Can't go too far right there. I'm going to stop right around here, and we're going to just light him up as much as we can. I missed the first shot. Shoot a little bit higher. We get him right there. Shoot him again. Can we shoot him again? Another one. Keep going. Another superstructure. Oh, and we get a Liquidator on the Yamato. And a kill. We're up to 126,000 damage approximately. We got a flood. We got 3 torp hits, I think, and we got like 160, 150 shots already around there, approximately. We're going to shoot torps right here. We're going to shoot both sets. Try to get this Brandenburg to kind of push us. We are going to push straight up. We got heals, which I used, I think it was 2 or 3 heals is on this currently. So I think it was just 2. Anyways, I used both of them already because those Yamatos hit me hard. We got a special kind of person, one of my buddies, kind of pushing me from behind. He is in one of the Italian battleships. I think it's either Roma or the Tier 6. I don't remember. Excuse me. So we got him pushing up behind. So I'm gonna shoot at this Richelieu. Just kind of turn around. I'm not gonna have very much luck right here, but I'm gonna just try my best. He is gonna come around from the back side, as you see right there. So I'm gonna shoot torps in about 5 seconds, right there, and I shoot 1 set right there. Make sure I got him off. And my other buddy's going to push up, Peter Popoff. So he is one of my good buddies. He's going to go to the bottom. He was in the Roma. So I got a head caliber. It's in just a flesh wound. 165,000 damage. And we're up 200 points even right now. So awesome push. City Max and myself did an awesome job of just handling that side with the 2 Yamatos, the Roma, the Richelieu, the all of them. That was excellent. See, essentially, if you can do that, is if you can hold your side. If you spawn left, far left, stays far left. If you spawn middle, you got a little bit of give or take. But if you're in the middle, go to the weaker flank. Help the weaker flank, because if you help the weaker flank, they will have a shot. And if you help the weaker flank, also, another thing to do that is because if you don't help the weak flank, you're just going to be crossfired eventually. You're going to be shot by 2 or 3 sides. And you're going to be like, oh, I can't do this. I literally got Citadel for 30k damage. Like, from the left, and I got hit from the right for 10k. Well, if you hold both sides of the map, then you can back up, left or right. You can move left or right around in that area because you're not constrained to it. So it comes down to just thinking it out. If I have the right side, they need some help. They don't have a destroyer or something. Go up there with your destroyer and spot. Like, spotting does a lot as a destroyer. You spot and you cap as a destroyer. As a cruiser, you radar and you help your destroyers at all costs. Your battleships, as you play them, you help your destroyers and you help your cruisers. Your cruisers are ones that need the help because they don't have that big firepower. The carriers spot and they just kind of harass, but they do a lot of really good team play methods if they're playing smart. They can torp, they can harass, they can spot torpedoes, they can spot destroyers, they can take them out, they can do any of those things. So what essentially I'm saying is that play it smart. So stay on your side. So what I did essentially that game is I stayed on my side and I pushed it, and I, bobbed and weaved left and right to essentially get a better understanding of how I was going to do that. And I probably wouldn't have gotten so far if I just sat at one place, because there's no way I'm going to handle 2 Yamatos shooting at me like, bow on. I can't bounce 18-inch. I can only bounce 16-inch. Or I think that's Edinburgh, but I don't. Minotaur, I don't think you can bounce that high anyways of those shows. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's similar to Edinburgh. But yeah, I just emphasize holding your flank and playing with strategy. That's how you're gonna win these games. It's not. I got 165,000 damage. It's not gonna guarantee me a win. Damage does not guarantee a win. So, like, as much as it looks good, I understand it. Like, go for the W, go for the win. It's much more satisfying. It'll give you that craving and that sensation of that we worked together, we did this. Yes, like this is our game. So, hopefully that really gives you an insight to how I'm playing and how I broke this down in the strategy. And I just hope people, take inspiration from this and kind of learn something from me, whether it's something small or it's something huge. It really doesn't matter. I appreciate anything you guys can do, to bring, more W's to your team or to anyone or to yourself. So I appreciate everyone's time. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification button so you are notified for any of those upcoming videos that I put up. And yeah, I definitely appreciate everyone, and make sure to recommend me to some friends if you got any that play some ships. Definitely would help the channel out growing. And yeah, I'll comment down in the comment section if you got any questions or anything you want me to do next. Next, we just kind of got a little bit of a dev strike right here. We're just going to kind of wrap up with, but I just want to say thanks to everyone for tuning in to the video. It really means a lot to me, and I hope you learned something about the strategy aspect along with how to actually play the ship, because the strategy is very important. The strategy dictates if you're going to win. If you have that strategy and you're working together as a team, you are going to win, or you're going to pull out closer wins than you would have before. So once again, thanks everybody. I hope everyone has a good day or good night or good anything. So just take it easy, and hope you learned something from the videos. And see you for the next video. Peace. Stark Architect. Bye.